Today, I want to share something with you that people have been asking me forever, and it is text message sample data. That's right, I generated some sample data that you can use to test out message caller and whatever other applications you may have. Let me take you to my screen and show you what it looks like. So what I did is I opened Microsoft Excel and I got to typing. And you know what that means? Lots of typos. But besides that, I've created what I would call a conversations between fictional individuals. I've used like a names generator online, and I came up with a few conversations. So we have a conversation 1 that's going on here. We have conversation 2, 3, and 4. So there are 4 different conversations. I assigned them different messaging platform: SMS, iMessage, Skype, and so on. What I did is I just used different attachments like pictures, PDFs, just so we have some data. I also added some information for RSMF 2.0 specs, like a custodian information and a direction, because I want to see how this is going to look once it's loaded to relativity. I actually don't have ability yet to look at RSMF 2.0 in relativity, but we're going to look at version 1 anyway. And so we also have a few fields here: importance, as well as deleted message, so we can see how they look. We have attachment name and attachment path. So I finished typing this up. I'm gonna skip a spell check. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Let's take this data, convert it to a DAT file, and load it to message crawler. So I'm just gonna select all this stuff, and I'm going to click on save to DAT, and I'm going to call this export.dat. And I will switch to message crawler, import dat, and there we go. So we have the same data that I had in Excel as a DAT file, and we can load it. By the way, if you're interested about this toolbar, I have that available on my website if you think this is a nifty way of making DAT files. It's super cheap. Okay, so now we have our DAT file. We can export this to RSMF. We can configure all our fields. We can select our platform type. Now, this is a new feature in version 5. We can actually select application as a field, not just a static field. We can mess about with other fields and generate our export. So you saw number 4 just showed up, and here we go. So we're expecting 4 messages, like we saw there were 4 conversations, and if we go to a folder, we do see 4 files. Now let's load those to relativity and see how they're gonna look there. Going to switch to relativity, and again we have 4 files here. What I did is I changed my view to hide attachments. This way when you go next, you're not hitting attachments, because, well, you could have a lot of them. So this view does that. So just need to be careful, but that's my view for demo. And now we can switch to a viewer, and you'll see a conversation with all the attachments that was generated. So we went from this Excel to a conversation in relativity that we can look at, and we can go to next. And now we have a PDF attachments, we have high importance messages. We can keep going, and we can find a deleted message, and again we have more pictures. You can click, zoom in, zoom out, go to the last one, and see, well, more sample data. So that's a sample data for everyone to download and use. I realize this isn't like native Slack data, because I just don't have access to Slack to generate that and save. This is a data in a DAT format, which is something we're all used to. If you'd like, you can go into a DAT file, you can modify it, make new versions, make it bigger. If you want to take this further and you want to send it back to me for me to include it on my website, I'll be happy to look at data you generate and maybe make an even bigger sample with not just 4 conversations, but 40. So please go to my website, download it. It's all free. You don't have to pay or anything like that. Use it to evaluate either message crawler, relativity, whatever applications you have. You can use it for client demos, whatever you need. I will see you guys on the next video.